You are gonna love this right here. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on another episode of Cutting Up with Bae. Today we're going to make some strawberry cream cheese danishes, and they are so good and so flaky, and I want to share the recipe with you guys. It's super easy and inexpensive, so let's get right into it. We have half of a cream cheese block, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of vanilla extract, as well as some sugar. We're going to mix everything up until it's well incorporated. Sometimes you're tired of bacon and eggs, or you're tired of pancakes and sausage. So this is a good alternative. And instead of going to Starbucks, you can make this at home and save you some money. So grab you some crescent rolls from the grocery store. A lot of times they're 2 for $3, or they'll have a sale if you buy 2, get 1 free. So now we're going to get those cut into 4s. Now you see on the lower right hand side there's a hole. You just want to press that back together. Super easy, no worries. Now I'm going to gently stack these, and I'm going to set them to the side. So in this video I'll actually be making 2 kinds. One with just the cream cheese and one with strawberry and cream cheese. So get creative, have some fun with this. So you want to cut this into about 4 slices. Now you can actually cut this into 2 slices and make bigger danishes, and that is fine as well. Now we're going to stretch them out just a little bit, and then we're going to add some granulated sugar. I love making a meal from scratch and just watching it all come together, and that's exactly what's happening here. So we're going to take our strips, we're going to twist them up just a little bit, and then we're going to set them aside. You're going to be surprised how easy this is, and this is something that you can do with your kids, your nieces, your nephews, or even like your siblings, your little brothers or little sisters. So remember guys, we have more dough. So I'm going to actually repeat this step again, and then I'm going to move on and rolling up the dough. Growing up as a kid, I would see pastries and all type of baked goods, and I used to think, oh my God, how do they do that? And I think I was so intrigued as a kid, it really inspired me to learn about this stuff growing up and in my early 20s. So this is just a fun recipe and an easy recipe that everyone can do, and you don't have to feel intimidated by it. Now I'm going to use my measuring spoon as a mold, and I'm going to take it and press the back of it into the little Danish rolls, and this will create a mold so I can put the cream cheese filling inside. These will be delicious with cheesecake as well, like a no-bake cheesecake, and maybe I'll save that for a different recipe. But for now, we're just going to stuff these with the mixture that we made. I also think cherry would be good on here as well. So maybe next time I can make some cherry danishes, and I'm almost certain they will be banging delicious. Now strawberry is my favorite, so I have some Smuckers here, and I'm going to add just a little bit on top of 2 spare danishes that I have. And I must say, these look pretty good, and they're not even baked yet. So I'm going to throw these in the oven for about 15 minutes on 350 degrees. Now, while I'm preheating my oven, I'm going to take some melted butter, and I'm going to make sure I baste it and get it all in there. As you can see, it's nice and it's buttery, but that's because you want it nice and flaky like this. And it is smelling so good up in my house. I wish you guys were here to smell it. These are what the danishes look like with the strawberry. And now I'm going to make just a little bit of glaze so we can finish this dish. So I use some milk and I use some powdered sugar. Now I'll put the standard recipe in the comments below, but if you like your glaze thicker, add more powdered sugar. And if you like your glaze thinner, don't add as much powdered sugar. You can use a whisk for this, or you can use a spoon. As I mentioned, I'm moving, so a lot of my items are actually packed up. But now that we have our mix completed, I'm going to sit these bad boys on the cutting board, and I'm going to line them up so I can glaze them, and then we can plate them. I just had to take a moment to really appreciate how delicious and flaky these are. So now that I've had my moment, I'm going to take my glaze and I'm going to drizzle it over. If you happen to have a piping bag, you can use that and you can put your glaze inside. Or if you want to put your glaze in a Ziploc bag and clip the tip off, pause, you can do that as well. And that will also mimic a piping bag, but a spoon will definitely work. Now I have some strawberries here, so I'm going to slice one in half, and then I'm going to just place it on top, and that looks like something out of a bakery. In fact, I used to work in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, and there was a restaurant or a little bakery called Abu Pan next to my job, and I would go in there every morning for something random, and they would have these little danishes and other little treats, and I'm like, wow, they must have some type of magician baker back there. But they didn't. It was just an everyday regular person. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just some of the stuff you see, you're like, wow, they look so intricate and so, complex to make, when in actuality it's fun, it's easy. It can even be cheap. That's exactly what you have here. Fun, easy, delicious, and cheap. And you'll definitely make this 1,000,001 times. So hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll catch up next time. Bye, you guys.